I'm Sophia.
Today we're going to be baking
Sugar cookies.
For this recipe, you're going to need a stand mixer or a handheld electric mixer, 1.5 bars of butter, 1 large egg, 3/4 cups granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, and 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract.
And here we have 2 1/4 cups of flour, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. In this bowl, we combine all our dry ingredients and then you mix it with the fork.
And then you set it aside. So next, in your stand mixer, you're going to combine your butter and your sugar.
Next, you put it on high to combine.
You're going to do this for 2 minutes or until it's combined.
Make sure you have a spatula so you can scrape the sides.
Make sure you scrape the paddle.
Next, we add in the eggs and the extracts.
Then you're going to beat this again on high speed for only 1 minute until it's combined.
Now that feels good. Yeah. Again, make sure you have a spatula so you can scrape the sides.
Next, you're going to combine your wet ingredients with your dry ingredients, and you're going to mix it on low until it's combined. Make sure it's on low, not high, because then the flour will poof everywhere.
This is when it really starts to smell good. Next, you take your dough out of the mixer and put it on parchment paper. And this is where you're going to start to need your roller.
So first, you're going to flour some parchment paper. Make sure to put enough so that the dough doesn't stick, but don't put too much so that the dough gets like really hard.
Next, you're going to put some flour on your rolling pin.
Now, you're going to plop your dough out of your bowl and onto your floured surface.
Aggressive much. Next, you're going to sprinkle some flour on your dough and roll it out until it's 1/4 inch thick.
I don't know how much 1/4. Your dough should be soft enough so that you can roll it out easily, but it shouldn't stick to your rolling pin.
Next, you put your dough in the fridge for 1 to 2 hours.
This can also be stored for 2 whole days.
Watch me whip. Watch me, baby.
Sophia, do you want to help me a little bit? Now that this dough has been chilling for 2 hours, we're going to flip it onto a floured surface.
And don't worry, you will get a little floury. Next, you sprinkle some flour on your dough and roll it until it's 1/4 inch thick again.
Make sure you really put a lot of flour on your rolling pin so that it doesn't get stuck, especially if you're using a wooden one. Make sure to flip over your dough so that the bottom doesn't get too sticky.
While she's preparing that, we're going to prepare the molds. What you're going to do is put some flour on the parchment paper and swirl your cookie cutouts on the flour. Okay.
Now that our cutouts are all ready, we're going to start cutting out some shapes and placing them on a parchment paper lined baking sheet.
Now we're going to put these cookies in the oven that was preheated to 350 for 11 minutes.
You're definitely going to need to put more than 1 sheet in the oven. 3, 2, 1.
Make sure you bake the cookies in intervals so you don't burn them.
Remember to cut these as close as you can so that you're not wasting a lot of dough.
Now that we've cut out so many shapes, you have to refold it and cut it out.
Just make sure it's like a little bit combined, but make sure not to overmix your dough because that's going to make your cookies tough. Now we're going to check on our cookies halfway through. If you're using a long pan like this, make sure you flip it halfway through.
United cookies are ready when it's light brown on the edges. Yum. They're so good. Bye!
Make sure you clean up your mess so you don't leave it for your parents.
If you don't do it, you're a messy little rat.